So what's up guys, welcome to the very first episode of this channel. We had to name it. So in this episode essentially we are going to review some of the food joints that we have been to, what we think about it, a little bit in terms of the ambience, the food itself, and our opinions and verdicts on what we ate. So today the restaurant that we've reviewed is called Fava. This place has been around for more than 10 years. We have been there before as well. It's located at UB City. There is no reason as to why we chose this place. It's all at random, and that's kind of what we're going to be doing on this channel, where essentially we're going to review the ambience and the food of various places. So if you have a place in mind, or if you've been to this place and have a thought, be sure to let us know in the comment section below. And if you have stumbled on our channel for the first time, be sure to hit that subscribe button along with the bell icon. Fava is located at UB City. UB City is at Laval Road, so pretty much city center. It doesn't get more centrally located than that place. And we went at about 2:45 in the afternoon, so traveling was quite a breeze, which is unusual to say in a city like Bangalore, because we do not enjoy the roads because of traffic. However, today being a Sunday, that's when this was shot. Traffic was pretty peaceful, so we managed to get there pretty quickly.
And then we got a table which we had problems with the first restaurant we went to, and usually Sunday afternoon between 1 to 2 it's very difficult to find a table at these popular places. So surprisingly there were quite a few tables available.
I think it was more luck than anything, but if you are planning to go to this place, it always makes sense to book a table in advance. You don't even have to call, you can go through dine out or options like that.
One disclaimer that I want to put out before we start off this video is that we are in no way like any kind of restaurateur or whatever those specific words are. We are just going around the town trying out new places, and this is just our opinion. We in no way mean to be rude to the waiters or to the chefs or anything like that. I know we are going to be a little critical about the food and the flavor and the ambience and all of that. It's not meant to offend anyone. We both ourselves work in service industry, so we know how difficult it is to put out a good product. This is just a guide for people who are very specific about food and they don't know whether the kind of food served there is going to be according to their palate and all of this, just to help you guys out and just to give you an idea of what the places are in Bangalore, because every 2 weeks there's a new place coming up, and by the time you decide to go and try out a particular place, it's already gone. So this is just like a fun thing that we're doing on the weekend. So take it with a light heart, it's nothing serious, and don't post nasty comments about it.
And also, this is not a sponsored video.
Yeah.
I mean, you should have guessed that by now, but okay, not sponsored.
We will show you the bill if you want.
Okay, let's talk about the ambience of this place. So,
Fava is pretty very Mediterranean kind of a vibe to it, very bohemian. They have changed their look compared to how it was when it had opened, which is not exactly open how it was a couple of years back. The menu is also changed. They've got a lot of hummus and meze platter kind of a thing now. Earlier I remember they had a lot more of pasta and those kind of things, and a lot of appetizers, which is sort of changed a bit now. But being very specific about the ambience, like I said, it's very Mediterranean, bohemian, the very turquoise and teal color interiors with high ceiling, and they have seating outside and inside. And it's a very cozy place. There's not a lot of loud music going on. I'm not sure about the vibe at night, because we've been there 2-3 times and it's always been on the afternoon. So it's very quiet, and if you just want to have like a good lunch and just speak to people, or if you're going with a couple of friends and you just want to sit and talk, this is a great place.
This place started off as a sort of continental thing, but now it's leaning more towards the Mediterranean side of things. And structurally, aesthetically, one more thing I really like is it's really spacious and airy. It's got a really high ceiling. They've got like a lot of good decorative stuff done around the ceiling. The seating is also very comfortable. So if you're basically it's not too high or too low, so quite comfortable for you to enjoy your meal. And they've got a little bit of flora and fauna also going on in and around.
We ordered a proper 3-course meal. I started out with a cocktail called Fava Martini. Then we ordered the appetizer, which was the Porna chicken wings, and then both of us ordered one main course. He had the harissa grilled fish of the day, and I had the root vegetable ravioli, and we finished off with a black pepper panna cotta. So I ordered the Fava Martini, which is, I'm assuming, their house specialty. It was basically a gin-based drink which had cranberry, blackcurrant, lime, and orange juice in it. It was nice, well-balanced drink. I would definitely recommend that you guys do try out their cocktails. They also had their nitrogen-based specialty drinks, which was more like a sorbet, which I did not try, but the waiter did suggest that. So if you're going there, do try out, because after trying this cocktail, definitely I can see that the bartender knew how to make cocktails. And moving on to the appetizer, we had the Porna chicken wings, which was basically chicken wings with baby potatoes and cherry tomatoes. Very flavorful, mild flavor. It had a very smoky flavor to it. I liked it. I don't like my chicken wings to be very spicy and saucy and all of that. And this was good. And also it was cooked or baked or whatever they do with the chicken wings very well. The meat was very tender, juicy. It was not overcooked.
Came off the bone very easily.
Yeah, so I quite liked it. I don't know, what do you have to say?
I liked it too. In terms of chicken wings, it's not exactly the most spectacular wings out there, but it was quite nice. It has been prepared properly. The meat was cooked. At the same time, it was very tender. As I mentioned, it came off the bone easily. Slightly on the garlicky side in terms of flavor, but that's subjective. If you're someone who likes the garlicky flavor, you might just end up enjoying it, which was pretty much my case. So I had a blast with it. Also, a nice touch with the cherry tomatoes and the potatoes in it. So it's a good side dish. It's a good thing to start off with.
Also, can I point out that the chicken wings, I think were they were sourced very well. It sounds stupid, but very, very many places they have these really fat, meaty chicken wings, which are I don't know from where they're getting these fat chickens from. And today they are chickens are pumped with antibiotics and saline solutions to make them all plump and juicy. So I am very particular about this thing, and I would, when you're spending so much money, you expect good quality and healthy food and not just something that's pumped with artificial things. So I must say that the chicken looked that was sourced from a good place.
Yeah, I think adding on to that, if you go through their menu, most of the dishes they did highlight this. So they did highlight that the meat is hormone free, and it's
and the fish is sourced from the specific places. It's not just farm bred in bunches where they just fed whatever they find and all of that. So all of the food is sourced ethically, so that's one good thing. Moving on to the main course, so I had the root vegetable ravioli, which I thought was good. This was the first time I've tried ravioli, so my judgment is going to be very first timers kind of thing. I don't know if raviolis are supposed to be like this, but I did find it to be a little mushy, the ravioli covering itself. It was like an overcooked pasta. I was expecting it to be more chewy, because we visited a lot of Italian places, and every time I've had pasta in good places, the pasta is cooked but it's very chewy. So I like that texture, which is what I expected. But this one was very mushy, but the white sauce, mushroom white sauce, was amazing. I loved it. I would definitely have it again. Maybe I would substitute the ravioli with just regular penne pasta or something. The ravioli was filled with beetroot, grated beetroot, which the ravioli itself was, I felt, very bland. There was nothing inside. It was just basically grated beetroot with no flavor at all. It was the white sauce doing all of the flavor work. Also, I felt like the vegetables that they had used in the pasta was just bell peppers and 2 different types of mushroom, which is not, this is a fine dining place. You're paying 600 rupees. Yeah, you expect some high quality vegetables in it, right? So that is something that I thought they could work on. So yeah, what about you? What about your
So
fish?
in my case, I had the harissa grilled fish of the day. Now in most of these places, the fish of the day generally that is served is basa. So I made it a point to ask what the fish of the day was, and what I was told was that the fish being served was the Nile perch. I don't know much about this fish. I haven't eaten it before. So anyway, I went ahead and had it. In terms of texture and taste, it's very similar to sea fish. So as mentioned, I haven't had this fish before. It might just be sea fish, but at least props to the guys for making effort and not just serving frozen basa, which is what most of the places do in Bangalore.
Yeah.
So tip for you guys: if you're out there, if you're having a seafood or a fish dish, and if it's the fish of the day, be sure to ask what fish this is. The reason we kind of stress on this is because basa necessarily is not a bad fish. It's just that in the name of basa, there's a lot of breeding of catfish and all that goes on, which isn't necessarily the healthiest option. So you should be, checking that out before you eat a fish dish. Anyway, coming back to this, in terms of the flavors, it was very heavy on the flavor. To describe the dish, there were 2 fillets of fish on top, and at the bottom was this layer of ratatouille, which essentially is French vegetable stirred fried stuff. But having said that, unlike normal stir fry vegetables, this is very heavy on the flavor, and it works well with the fish. I like my seafood, but I also like eating a lot of vegetables with my dish, and it tasted really good. Props to the aubergines. Not bad. Made that well. Bengan. Okay, fine. Bengan, as we call it here. Brinjal, aubergine, whatever. Fine dining, right?
Also, I want to highlight, I had the hardest time eating chicken wings with fork and knife. What the hell, yaar? Why can't we eat with hand?
Okay, here's the thing. If the meat is prepared properly, it should just rip off the bone.
Or just eat it with the hand. It's chicken wings. It's so stressful, guys. Everyone's like, and I'm struggling.
What about you guys? Would you eat chicken wings by getting your hands dirty, or would you eat with a fork and knife? Let us know.
Also, I feel like a lot of meat goes waste when you're eating with fork and knife, because there are some places which you just can't peel off.
There is that point. I won't take that away. The final thing I want to say, which I really liked about this dish, is it was heavy on the flavor, but it wasn't just unnecessarily spiced. There was enough spice to satisfy your Indian palate of taste buds. But it had that very Mediterranean feel. It was really light, really airy. But don't let the serving, the portions that they show you fool you. That's pretty filling as a meal. And finally, for dessert, we had the black pepper panna cotta.
Yeah, it was a sugar-free dessert for the first time. We've been experimenting with the dessert. We usually stick to what I want, but this time it was what he wanted. So we tried the sugar-free black pepper panna cotta. And what do you have to say about this dessert? Because it was your choice.
Okay, first thing I find, in terms of the presentation itself, so there was a panna cotta. There were chia seeds in it, or chia seeds, whatever you want to call it, tomato. Black pepper, of course. There was, I think, some sort of condensed milk as well around it, and this decorative grading of, I'm not sure what it was, but the whole dish, when it comes together, it tasted pretty good. And what I liked about it the best was they've taken savory flavors and made a dessert out of it, which isn't bad. Sugar free again, so if you're someone who's watching the calories, or if you're diabetic or something, you can go ahead and order one of these and enjoy them guilt free. In terms of flavor itself, despite using savory flavors and spices and all that, it wasn't the spice hitting you. You get the flavors, but it sort of worked as a dessert. Again, very light, very airy. That's how a panna cotta should be. So, props to that.
I felt that, like he said, I agree with everything that he said, but I'm somebody who's a hardcore dessert person.
Yeah.
So for me, the sugar-free thing worked really well. In fact, I think I don't really miss the sugar in the dessert. It was quite balanced. I don't know what they substituted the sweetness with, but they did something, and it was definitely not bland at all. It's just that it had too many milk components. The panna cotta was milk. The condensed milk thing on the side, it was not milk made. It was something else. It was mostly like maybe like unsweetened milkmaid or something. But there were too many milky stuff, and there was not enough like fruity or tangy flavor to complement
Yes.
that. So they did give us like 3 slices of globe grapes around, which was good. I wish they would have given more of that itself. But what would have made the dessert really well was maybe a sugar-free berry compote or some kind of a berry conserve or jam or something like that with less sugar, sugarless, maybe on the side, because this was too milky and too plain for a dessert. But otherwise, well, panna cotta was excellent. Oh my god, I wish they would make like normal panna cotta with other flavors. I would love to have that.
Right. So in terms of chiclet, essentially the total bill. So this includes one drink, one starter or appetizer, 2 main course, and a dessert. So in total, we paid about 2,300 rupees, which really isn't bad considering we paid, it's a 3-course
That's
meal.
a normal meal.
It's an average
Yeah.
fine dining price that we
Yeah.
paid. And they also gave us some complimentary, chocolate?
Truffle ball or
Yeah,
something.
truffle ball.
Chocolate truffle.
Essentially dark chocolate coated with cocoa. Pretty nice if you enjoy dark chocolate. Pretty nice. It was a nice touch. Also, I'd have to admit, if I knew that was coming earlier, I might have not ordered the panna cotta. Just
So the panna cotta is very light and there was no sugar, so it didn't really like fill
yeah,
you
it
up.
doesn't satisfy like the sweet tooth. So if you have like a hardcore sweet tooth, yeah, the complimentary dish was pretty good. So yeah, all in all, in terms of the verdict, good place. We don't have a rating system as such. This is pretty much.
It's more in terms of letting you guys know what kind of food they have and how the flavors are, because even if you take all the Italian places and order the same thing, each and every
There is a
restaurant is going to
difference.
make it differently. So it's just to give you guys an idea.
Yeah, so I think, in terms of verdict, it's a nice restaurant, located city center, got a good ambience, not on the very expensive side. It's decently affordable for the food that they offer. Good food, depending on who you are, you might consider it slightly on the blander side. But then again, this is Mediterranean food, so that's what you're going to get here. At the same time, I think depending on what you order, the way they have spiced the flavors, it does satisfy the Indian palate. So
I would definitely recommend trying the cocktails and the pasta. The pasta is generally very good here. Even the last time we went, I've had the pasta and pasta is always on the good side. Ravioli, maybe you can. I don't. Like I said, this is my first time, so I don't know. But definitely pasta. And a lot of people are trying out the pizza. Maybe we should try that next
probably.
time. Or if you guys have tried the pizza, let us know if it's good, because it looked good.
Comment
Not
section.
sure. Would you recommend your main course?
Yeah, absolutely. I would recommend my main course. Now, I don't know whether it was the fish of the day that added to it, but on the whole, I really like the way it tasted and the way the whole thing came together. Although the icing on the cake was the vegetables, it was in fact the ratatouille which stood out more than the fish. But yeah, it's a recommendation. And
Definitely order the chicken wings though. That was really good.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
if you're there, you could definitely consider it. Not my personal favorite.
I like it. I would
Yeah,
definitely
but-
recommend it. But yeah, portion size. What do you say about
Yeah,
the
the portion size was a little on the smaller size.
Yeah.
But, I mean, fine dining at the end of the day. So
Yeah.
So with that, we come to the end of this, which is our first episode. We're still kind of working on this, so let us know what you think in the comment section below. Have you been to this place? Is there a place you want us to go and review? Let us know in the comments as well. And until next time, keep eating.
We need to find a better tagline. That's all.
Also, if you have a tagline we can use, comment section.